Hi, Mummy. Who's this?
It's baby Peter. He was born at 5:41.
And how heavy is he?
Nearly 10 kilos.
Oh, and look at, isn't he beautiful?
He is.
He's beautiful. You caused Mummy and Daddy a lot of worries, but we're so happy you've come here. Love you very much.
I love you so much.
What day is it today, Peter?
Sunday.
And today's Mothering Sunday. And do you know who's your Mother's Day? Do you know
Mother's Day.
Do you know who your mother is?
Mommy.
Yes. And in this picture here, this picture is one of our favourite pictures. Do you know who's in this picture?
And this is Mommy.
Yeah.
And Felix.
No, that's not Felix.
That's baby Peter.
That's baby
That's
Peter.
right.
And who's this?
And Daddy.
Daddy, yeah. So on the day of the birth, I didn't. At that time, I didn't have a mobile phone, a smartphone. I only had a. I didn't have a camera on my phone. But I was able to go out and get Michelle's phone from the cupboard. Is that right? And come back after the birth and quickly take some photos. And also we took a video. And so we're going to show Peter the video.
And no eating chocolate and no eating cookies.
Okay.
That's right.
That's
No,
right. It's
That's
in the hospital.
right. It's not good for your.
Hi, Mummy. Who's this?
It's baby Peter. He was born at 5:41.
And how heavy is he?
Nearly 10 kilos.
Oh, and look at, isn't he beautiful?
Red and purple.
He's beautiful.
That's
You
you.
caused Mummy and Daddy a
That's you,
lot
you're a
of
little baby.
worries, but we're so happy you've come here.
Yeah.
Love you very much.
I love you so much.
So the story is,
He got a bad.
yeah. So the story is, well,
Then he got a bad face.
I was working at
Bad
the
face,
school at
yeah.
the time.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do our birthday story today, and Peter
Whose
is with us.
Your
Birth
story.
story, not birthday. Birthday story
about
because
when you
it's
were
Mother's Day. So me and my hubby will be talking about the birth of you and
Yeah.
maybe Felix.
Oh no, let's do just
Yeah.
do Peter today. We'll do
So we're
Peter
gonna
today.
do Peter's birthday story. So he was
Yeah.
born November 2015. So you were 3 years old now.
Yeah. And before you're born, we had a great idea to do a birth plan. So we wrote down all the things we wanted to do. Like I was going to cut the umbilical cord, and what else you wanted? I can't remember. We wrote out a very big plan.
Yeah, we had our plan, but it's so different living different into hospital in other country.
Yeah.
So maybe in the West you can do that easily, but we didn't expect that it's gonna be very difficult here in Hong Kong or in Asia. Maybe
Yeah.
not unless you will do it in private expensive hospital.
But anyway, I was looking forward to cutting the umbilical cord. But so on the day, by that stage we had your mother staying with us, didn't we? Do you
Huh?
remember, your mother was staying with us at that time?
Yeah, my mother was here.
Was your brother here as well?
Yeah, he accompanied my mom, but that's the day after they arrived Hong Kong, I had my labor, but I have no pain at all. So I wasn't
I want Daddy.
I wasn't overdue. Before they said if it's a first time baby you might have overdue, but I wasn't. But during pregnancy it was been very stressful, something stressful, because I went to the hospital a few times, especially when we were traveling in London.
Oh, yes,
Not London, in UK.
England, 2 times we went to the hospital in England because you thought you...
Yeah, we were actually paranoid because every time Peter wasn't moving, I'm just so paranoid. Like they said eat chocolates or eat something cold, and if it's not moving, you don't think twice, just go to the hospital. And that's what we always do. Jess and I always do that. So we did it when we were traveling in UK. We did it twice.
And you our channel.
On the NHS.
And
The NHS for emergencies did it
our
for free.
channel.
Yeah.
That's another story.
Yeah, and then here in Hong Kong,
Let's
it
stop,
happened. I have to.
Stop.
Why?
Stop.
Why?
Yeah, you've been telling us.
So
Telling a story.
here in Hong Kong, I have to be in the hospital at least 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah, because my feet was swollen, and first time we were worried that he wasn't moving again. So that's our paranoia. Like every time he wasn't moving, we always get paranoid, and we just rush to the hospital, which is something good because some mommies like they don't worry at all, and then that suddenly is something problem you don't know. So we just really paranoid. But anyway,
came to the day, and I was working at the store at the time. And you woke up, it must be about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and your waters are broken, or wasn't it?
no, it was like because when you're pregnant, you can't really sleep easily. So I fell asleep like about 12 or 1, and then I woke up at 3 o'clock or 3:30, and something popped.
Alright, that's when your water broke.
Yeah, something popped, and then I woke up. Jess was so excited. Like I was excited as well because I didn't feel any pain at all. So, and what I did first thing first is I washed my body and changed my clothes, and then the second thing I did is trying to prep my breakfast. Like I had a toast and a peanut butter. Then, but my mother was so paranoid. Like what she said, no, just go, the baby's coming. But I want to eat first because I know that they're gonna starve me in the hospital, which is really happened. They really starved me. I didn't eat anything at all except from water for about 12 hours to 24 hours, like that. So I was really starving.
Just in case I have to give you an emergency cesarean or something.
Yeah, so Jess and my mom sent me to the hospital and then leave me around 8 o'clock, 8 or 7
I think before
o'clock.
that, so I went straight to work.
Or maybe 5 o'clock.
Because here in Hong Kong, as a paternity leave, I could get 5 days paternity leave. And so I didn't want to waste it. So I was okay. You're not going when you're about to give birth. I'll come back to the hospital, but until then, you're on your own.
Yeah, so I was on my own. So he's not. You will not allow me inside the hospital anyway. So I was on my own, and I can't feel any pain at all until 11 o'clock. But it was before 11 o'clock in the morning. The anesthetist keep on asking me, like she came to me at least 3 times that if you want to have epidural, let's do it now, because if you won't do it now, I will be very busy and you can't have it anymore. This is your chance. And then I said, can I wait for at least 30 minutes? And then she said, okay. And then she came back again after 30 minutes, and then she's asking me again, and I was that's the most scariest part, having needle on your back. So honestly, I want it, but I'm really scared. Like I know some of my friends, that's the most scariest part of giving birth, not the baby coming out, but that needle on your back. So eventually I did it. That's about 11. The nurse came to me and said they have to induce me because I'm losing water and I was not contracting. That's the time. Yeah, so I said okay. And after that, after just half an hour, I'm starting to feel pain. Like, but then they said if you feel pain, you have to tell me how much is it, like out of 10, 1 out of 10 you have to tell me. So after half an hour, I'm feeling like maybe 5 thing, but that's after 3 o'clock. It's completely intense, like really intense, that I keep on shouting, and then the nurse keep on saying that don't shout, you're scaring the other mother. keep your energy, you need it later. So I can't help it, it's very painful, so I keep on shouting like but then after 4 o'clock you came, or no, 3:30 you came.
You call me.
Yeah, you.
And I was at work at the time.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of a lesson, and I got the phone call, and you were saying, I'm going to go into the theatre now. I think you need to come.
Yeah. No. Maybe I think 3:30 that time, and then the nurse would say you can call your husband now to come here. So I immediately, but I don't memorize Jess' number, and I'm not allowed to have my phone with me. I'm using just hospital telephone. So that's the time I have to memorize Jess' number. So I never memorize Jess' number. That's the only time I memorize his number. So I have to memorize his number. And yes.
And then I get the call, and then I think, okay, I've got to leave in the middle of teaching a lesson. What to do? Do I need to get permission? But my colleagues say, no, just go to the hospital, go to your wife. So I think they're all mothers, my colleagues. And so I think I jumped in a taxi,
Did you have the
Yeah,
vaccine?
yeah, and they came straight. Yeah, okay. I can hardly remember all this. They came in, and then I think, were you already in the bed at that stage when I came
No,
in?
I'm always in bed.
No, but were you already in the operating theatre? Because I had to get washed up and scrubbed and put on the
You have your scrub suit.
yeah. And the face mask and things,
Yeah.
and then came in, and there you were, and then you started holding my hand like this. Show everybody like that, and you had your nails deep
I
into
have
me.
my nails long.
Yeah, so I was
And
always
it's-
bleeding, and I had to
it's,
take the pain.
poking his skin
Yeah.
deeper and deeper. The more intensity, the more it gets deep.
Yeah.
But
And the other thing you were worried about was your hair. You kept on. Your hair was in a.
it was very hot. I was sweating, and all I want is just to tie my hair, and he can't do it. So I was feeling really annoyed. He won't do it. He can't do it. But
I
it
was doing it, but
Yeah, yes, right.
he kept it clean done.
Yeah.
And so when I was born, I was a big baby. Well, I was at 9 pounds and 14 ounces, I think, and you were.
I was a big baby. I was 8 pounds
Yeah,
when I was born.
You're still Filipino, so your body's not quite. It's a bit small.
Yeah.
But what we didn't know was that Peter really was a big baby. Peter really
Yeah,
was.
we didn't expect that because every time I get my checkup, the doctor always say because he has big daddy and he's bigger than normal, which is okay
Yes,
because
okay.
he has a big daddy. But we never expect that he's gonna be over 10 pounds.
Yeah, in the end, he's over 10 pounds. He's 4.56 kilos. So you're giving birth, and each time you're asking for more drugs, and you're in pain, and they already had enough drugs, but you're still getting more. And my poor hand was getting more and more squeezed with the fingernails biting into it. You should have cut your fingernails before going. That's a tip. For all you mummies out there, before going to labour, especially for the daddies, make sure that your wife cuts her
cut their
fingernails if you're going to be
fingernails.
there for the birth.
Yeah, because
sure.
the more
You
more
can't say
pain I
anything.
get,
You
the
can't
more
complain.
deeper my
You can't complain
fingernails.
because even though it really is hurting your hand and drawing blood, you can't complain because your wife is
Much
in
more in pain.
Yeah, so you have to.
The more pain, the more
Yeah.
intense.
And that's when you say trying to say need to breathe, and then finally the hair started to come out, and we all got very excited. But then it all got a little bit crazy. Suddenly there was. Not just I don't know, was she the midwife to start off with, or the nurse, the theatre nurse? But then we had 4 people all around Michelle at that end, including one of the doctors. And it's our first time, so we didn't know this was unusual. But it turned out that it was an emergency because you were suffering from shoulder.
Dystheosia. But before that, they said push. You keep on telling me push. Come on, darling. He's getting there. He's there. I can see the head. So push. And then one nurse or one midwife say, if you get, because we had this birth plan that they don't want really. But then she asked me, if you're gonna get a episiotomy, that's it. He will come immediately. So okay, because I'm in pain. I don't care about my birth plan anymore. I was so much in pain that I don't care about birth plan anymore. I just want the baby out. So okay, just cut me. So she cut me. The baby came out.
No, didn't.
The baby
Baby
didn't
was
came out.
Yeah.
The baby was stuck, so that's the time he got shoulder dystocia, which is very dangerous.
So it happens in about 1% of births, and what happens is the shoulder gets stuck in the vagina. Whatever. Is that right?
Yes. Maybe.
And it can be dangerous because if the baby's there too long, it can lose oxygen and it can end up with brain damage and things
brain
like
damage.
that.
So that was really dangerous.
And also be taking the baby out with shoulder. So what happened? There ended up being the four medical professionals, including I guess a senior doctor, because the emergency alarm had gone off and they all came through. But at the time we didn't know. We just thought it was normal. Just ringing the bell. That's why people came, because it's the baby on its way.
I was completely high on that.
Yeah. So she did. I saw she did something like this to
maneuver
to get the baby out. But again, the maneuver can be dangerous because you can end up with the shoulder being broken or badly. So you can just. Yeah, but the main thing is to make sure that the baby comes out so you don't end up with the brain damage, but you can end up damaging the shoulder or something like that. So yeah, so it came out, and again I didn't realise thought this was normal, and I was asking, can I cut the umbilical cord? And I got sorry sir, this is an emergency. Please step to one side.
I don't know what's happening by that stage. I was like completely high.
So when someone says this is an emergency, this then suddenly this really affects you, because you realise, oh my goodness, why is this an emergency? And it was an emergency because of the shoulder problem. But the baby Peter, he wasn't
responding.
He wasn't crying, wasn't moving, and he got taken away to the other part of the theatre. And I was still holding Michelle. She couldn't see because the thing was still up.
Yeah.
And then I saw them holding the baby upside down.
That's not.
And still nothing was happening. And so I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to start telling my wife that we have
the baby is dead.
Yeah, I really believed that the baby was dead, and I really believed that because they said it was an emergency, and I really believed that I was going to have to cover my wife, and I was so down. And then they brought the baby over and they put it on Michelle's chest, and he still wasn't moving, and I was still feeling, oh my goodness, this is the time. I'm going to have to say. And then what happened?
He cried.
He cried.
But he was ugly, but in our eyes,
He was ugly.
He was beautiful.
He was not.
Yes.
He was an alien.
No, watch the video.
His head was all long like a
like an alien. But then in our eyes, he was beautiful. Watch the video, and you said like, isn't he beautiful?
Well, of course I'm going to say that. But I was just so relieved that he was
yeah.
alive. I was so relieved that you were alive, big boy. So relieved.
Yeah.
You hear that, Peter? I
Yeah.
was so happy because when you were born. Come here. Come and say hello to people again. He's busy playing. He's busy playing. Oh, okay, you go and play. But when he was born, I was just so happy that our first baby that he was alive. So even though he looked like a very ugly alien with a purple face and an elongated skull, it still was amazing. And that's again apparently normal for a baby who's delivered by vaginal birth. And big baby, over 10 pounds.
Talk about that.
But then after that, what happened? Peter got taken away to the ICU, to the intensive care unit.
Yeah, he was there for at least 3 days.
Yeah, and you got taken to a different ward. And so in Hong Kong, the babies are put on a different floor to where the mummies are. So the mummies can't see their babies.
Yeah, and I also struggle walking. I actually struggled for a month to recover because it wasn't really easy. It was
For those first few days, Peter was born, I would go to the ICU unit, and again I was working still while Michelle was still in the hospital because it wasn't, and Peter was still in the hospital because there's no point wasting my 5 days parental leave when they were still in the hospital. So when I was finishing work, I'd come and see Peter. I'd come feed him his tiny little bottle of milk in the ICU unit. I'd go and see Michelle and tell her how he's doing. And your mother came as well, remember? Yeah. And I think after about 1 or 2 days, you were able to walk. We were able to walk you down.
But I still request for a wheelchair because I really it was really painful. It was really painful. I was in and out in the hospital. After like a couple of weeks, I have to return to the hospital because there's something wrong with my episiotomy. Yeah.
But for those first couple of days, when you didn't really you didn't see Peter at all.
I didn't see him.
How did you feel about that?
Feel bad because I'm really excited to feed him, and I really want to breastfeed him, but I can't. Of course, the hospital can't do anything, so they just give them bottled milk. Yeah.
And he's in a plastic box. Peter was in a plastic box.
Yeah, he was in incubator.
Yeah. And again, in Hong Kong, they really don't take any risks. So they really, if there's any, because they said he was slightly jaundiced, but he sort of kept him in the box for a bit. Yeah. And also because of
his shoulder
his birth, he needs to be looked after as well.
Yeah. So after his birth, every month he go for therapy.
Physiotherapy.
Every month is it? But yeah, for at least 6 months.
To make sure to see if his shoulder's okay.
He go to physiotherapy to make sure that shoulder is okay. He can raise it. But actually, there's no problem at all. After a year, he's okay. They said you can you don't after 6 months or a year you don't have to go back.
So we were
because
lucky.
he's okay. So yeah,
we're
very
lucky
because that was a very scary birth.
some of his bones were damaged, and also, as far as we could tell, his brain was not brain damaged.
Yeah, he's very clever.
We think he's very clever.
Yeah, but yeah.
So yeah, so is that it? Is that the birth story?
Yeah, so that's our birthday story. So
Yeah.
bye.